Somebody else who needs to be highest paid is you, because
Absolutely.
you've got some stuff going on over here. We are in the kitchen with Cafe 615 with Chef Brad,
right.
And we're making stuff. I have to tell you, watermelon makes me think of summertime, and we're making something with watermelon this morning.
Yep, we're making watermelon gazpacho. I make this all summer long. It's really good, very refreshing, and you can just nibble on it all the time. So
for those who don't know what okay, you're going to have to say it for me.
Gazpacho.
Gazpacho. Joe tried to tell me how to say it. Obviously, I'm not that good at it. For those of you, or like me, don't know what that is, what is it?
It's typically a chilled vegetable soup, cut very fine, and this one we're adding fruit to it, so or watermelon. So.
And Cafe 615, you guys do a lot of seasonal stuff, summer, and
right.
then getting into winter. Talk about your summertime menu.
We just lighten up our whole menu. We combine both menus and do a lot of seafood during the summer.
Yeah.
And, you know, basically that.
And the good thing is with this, we see a lot of vegetables and, of course, the watermelon. So let's talk about what we need for this recipe.
It's pretty simple. It's got watermelon, tomatoes, cucumber. It's got jalapeno. That's optional, whether you like jalapenos or not.
Okay.
Lime, fresh ginger, cilantro, green bell peppers, and salt, and then, of course, the watermelon.
So I see it in our nice little dishes over here. What do you eat it with, or how do you eat it?
Just spoon it up like
okay.
a soup. It's just cold soup.
Well,
right.
Very interesting. Well, let's get started with cutting some of these vegetables up.
All right. Well, first what we're going to do is we're going to do the watermelon. And
better be careful. I might steal a slice of that.
I got plenty of it here, so I'm going to take half of it. We'll cut it in quarters. Let's just,
and again, in the summertime, you're always looking for something very light. Anytime you can get fruits and vegetables, anytime you don't have to, you know, steam up the kitchen and make things even hotter than they are outside, it's a good option.
Absolutely.
That watermelon smells really good.
I know, doesn't it? So you want a seedless watermelon.
Okay, that's important.
Yeah, but so, you know, so you don't have to get all the seeds out of it.
Okay.
So I'm going to want to cut it into manageable pieces, because we're going to process half of it in the food processor, and then chop the other half fine.
Man, can you imagine if you yes, if you hear a squawk, we do have a bird in studio, so that is not me or Chef Brad.
No.
That would be the bird in the back. So can you imagine if you did get a watermelon with seeds, how long this would take you?
Oh yeah.
It would take you forever.
Well, the recipe said get a watermelon and seed it, and I was like, that's impossible. So.
Yeah. So we dump it. Now, as far as blending this, what you're about to do, do you need something specific, or would any blender do?
You can cut it very small if you want to. Typically, I'd do it like that at home, but I'm just going to do it here for just what the recipe says.
All right, well, we're going to continue to cut up our fresh vegetables and our fruit here. Joe's going to come back and get some things started.
Studio 10 with Cafe 615. This is Chef Brad. We're working on some watermelon gazpacho. Tell the folks who are just joining us what you've already done here this morning.
Okay, I've done the tomatoes and the watermelon, and I've started cutting up the cucumber and seeding it, dicing it, and peeling it, and then zesting limes. You can put about 3 limes zest and juice in there. So
and continuing the process now, that's a very thin way to slice up the cucumber.
Well, you want to have it as small as possible. You don't want a big chunky gazpacho, because typically they're, you know, very small bites or pieces or whatever.
Tell us a little bit about Cafe 615 while you work on that.
We've been there 13 years. Yeah, I guess it'll be 13 years in November. Or, Halloween was our opening day, so that's our anniversary. We always have a big Halloween party.
Okay.
We're open for dinner Tuesday through Saturday night, and we're open for lunch on Friday, but the bar opens at 3 o'clock every day. And then we do...
Which is very important.
Yes, really. And then we're open Saturday and Sunday for a champagne brunch. It's a different menu Saturday to Sunday, but it's both of them are really good. And we got best breakfast in the state of Alabama from Food Network magazine for our Sunday brunch, so that's something.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So when does the brunch run from on Sunday again?
11 to 3.
11 to 3. Brunch on Sunday. Perfect timing for those coming from church or just want to head on out for some great food in the morning on Sunday morning.
Waking up from the night before.
Or waking up from the night before, definitely. So you're squeezing the rest of that lime in there as well.
Right. So we're going to do this, and then it calls for jalapeno, green onions, and cilantro, or ginger, jalapeno, and cilantro. So I'm going to put all those together in the processor just to get them very small.
Sure. And continue to work on some more limes. Now, one of the things we're talking about is how is Cafe 615 involved in the Cheers to Children event that's coming up?
And we host it every year.
Okay.
Yeah, we do all the food for it, and we host it. We have the venue. And it's just gotten bigger every year. It's really, it's a lot of fun. So.
Well, taking a look at the information there on the screen, Cheers to Children for the Child Advocacy Center is coming up Monday, July 28th from 6 to 8:30. It will be at Cafe 615, and we do have Elaine Henderson here with the Child Advocacy Center. She's going to show us some auction items a little later in the show on Studio 10, so we'll let you know more about that big event, but we definitely wanted to show you the process of making this gazpacho as well. Now, you do have this pan out here as well, so all we've been doing so far is chopping, dicing, and stuff like that. What is the pan going to be here?
I'm going to saute or blacken some shrimp and put on top of it as a garnish.
Ah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
I'm always a big fan of shrimp. That sounds good. Now, when you use a jalapeno,
That's why I have the glove on, yeah.
per some preference, do you leave all the seeds in, or do you try to take some out?
Not for here. I mean, you can, but it's just, I don't know. I just take them out.
The more seeds you leave in, the
Yeah, the
spicier that
spicier it is,
is going to
right.
be. Those seeds
And you
are the
know,
ones that
it's
get
such
you.
a big batch, too, that you know, some people don't like spicy and some people do, so you try to, you know, placate everyone, I guess.
There you go. All right, well, you keep working on that. We're going to saute those shrimp in our final segment, as well as show you some of those auction items. So it's going to be a great dish here this morning and a great event coming up next Monday. Now,
In the kitchen this morning with Chef Brad, I call him, from Cafe 615. You see Elaine Henderson, she's with the Child Advocacy Center. We're back in the back a little bit. It's because Chef Brad has put on the spices and the blackening on the shrimp, and it kind of almost choked us, didn't it, Elaine?
Yeah.
We're over here coughing. I was like, well, we've got to do a television segment. Now, the reason Elaine is here is because an event is coming up at Cafe 615, Cheers to Children, and not only are they going to have food and wine, you mentioned the wine.
United Johnson Brothers is doing the wine this year.
Doing wine this year and great food. We also have a lot of auction items up for grabs and some really good ones. Elaine has brought some into the studio this morning. We've set them up there on the table. Elaine, just talk about a few of them.
Yeah, we have a wonderful evening planned. We've got a great live auction and a silent auction. In our live auction, we have a beautiful painting we're seeing of Sugarcane Jane in Bienville Square, and it's by local artist Devlin Wilson. We've got something for everybody. We've got on our live auction, we've got a downtown package, which is lots of downtown area merchants and a Malaga Inn evening. We've got a lower Alabama upscale package. We've got some just neat things, but we've got something for everybody. It's the best auction we've had.
I tell you, those glasses are my favorite.
Aren't
I don't
they
know if we
beautiful?
can, hold on, I'm going to walk over there,
Okay.
Elaine. I'll be right back. I just want to show you guys this, the gold with these glasses. They're local too. Check out the gold and the detail on those, if you can see that. How pretty is that glass? And there's a set of those up for auction as well?
Yeah. We've got a Vera Bradley travel bag. We've got a beautiful vase there. And we've got a big package. It's a beach bag package with goodies. So we've got so many fun things. We've just got a great evening planned. This is the 5th year that Brad and Michelle have hosted this event for us. And all the services at the Child Advocacy Center are free. So this is one of our large fundraisers.
I was about to say all the proceeds go to the Child Advocacy Center.
Yes. And we're so fortunate this year. Michael Ross Jewelers is our title sponsor and have helped us get so many wonderful items. So we're just excited, and the tickets are only $35. So we just want people to come out, help our children, have a wonderful evening.
And there's a look at the information for Cheers to Children. It's Monday. That's this coming Monday, July 28th, 6 to 8:30. Now, if they want to get tickets, do they get them in advance or can they get them at the door, Elaine?
They can get them at the door, but we encourage people to get them in advance. They can get them from Cafe 615 or call our center, and we have them there because it gets so crowded. It has a following now, so
It
we're
does.
excited.
It's gotten bigger every year, and it's a lot of fun.
Talk about some of the food that's going to be there.
Just
You're going to whip some stuff
yeah,
up?
it's a secret. I can't tell you right now.
Oh, it's a secret. But anything Chef
Delicious
Brad whips
secret.
up, it's going to be delicious. And speaking of delicious, we have a great summertime dish. We're finishing up here. What's left to do, Chef Brad?
Okay, well, I put everything in it. I blackened the shrimp. Now all I'm going to do is garnish it with a little bit of gorgonzola. Not too much because it's kind of overpowering.
And for those of you who missed our first segment, all you do with this is spoon it out like a soup. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a summertime soup.
Right. You can eat it plain, which is what I typically do, but this is really good, if you're having guests over for dinner, and then you want to just top it off with a couple of shrimp, and you're done.
Oh, that looks so good. And again, Cafe 615, Cheers for Children. And that's coming up this Monday. We're going to put all that on our website, fox10tv.com, so you can get tickets in advance. Also, this recipe is going to be on our website as well. It's great for the summertime, light with lots of vegetables and fruit. And there's watermelon in there, too. All right, get your tickets for that event coming up, and we'll be right back.
Did y'all want to taste it?